Dogecoin got a nice run to the upside, and we actually found resistance right at the Fibonacci, the 38% Fibonacci retracement level at .17335. I've been watching these Fibonacci retracement levels, and I've been saying if we could break this, if we could break one, then the next spot that I'll be looking at is the next one. What I was kind of hoping for is this red spot up here, sitting at around .19588 or 19463, but we got some resistance and it looks like we're kind of going down right now per se. So let's go ahead and let me show you what I'm looking at, or let me show you what I'm hoping for. So let's go back to the daily time frame, and I've been looking at this inverse head and shoulders. That's what I kind of think it is, in my opinion. We have a strong resistance line right here. We had resistance. I'm looking at the bodies anyways. We had wicks going up higher than that line. So, maybe this argument's flawed, but I think in general, we had this trend line right here. And we had inverse head and shoulders, something like that. We drag from the bottom to the top of that pattern, something like this. And I'm looking at a target of approximately of this inverse head and shoulders now that we broke out somewhere around .19588. However, like I said, it looks like we're getting resistance. And if you check out those red lines that I've had these in my videos for, I've been watching these two red lines since pretty much this area back here. We had a top right here, and then we also had a top right here. Those are those two red lines. And I was thinking if we could break out of these red lines, then I think we can start going, maybe we start looking at this area. We actually did break it, but we got rejected, or we got resistance, and we came down. Sorry, I wanted to make this point. This is the main reason I'm talking about this. We had this line right here that was resistance. And then we broke through it. Now I'm wondering if we can get support on it. I think what I'm hoping is that we could come down, get a bounce somewhere around this level, and then bounce to the upside and start heading back to up here. We got a nice green candle. Let's see if we can stay above this trend line right here, especially on the daily time frame. If we can, okay, let's say it wicks down, maybe down here to this Fibonacci retracement level again, because let's go to the hourly time frame, and here's the reason why I'm thinking it's even going down in general. Okay, so we have resistance, giving me a downtrend, something like this. That's just to start off with. We're just watching this. If we break this trend line going to the upside, then we could start thinking it's changing directions. For right now, it does look like we're trending to the downside slightly though. And then we also had support. I don't know, I would say these two supports though, right there, something like that. Let's go ahead and draw right here. That's like three lines right there, or three point of contacts where we had support, and we broke that going down right there. What I was thinking is maybe this will hold support and it'll bounce to the upside, but it looks like we're breaking down right now. Like I said, what I'm hoping is that we have this line right here. Maybe it'll come down and then bounce right there. Let's take a look at something else real quick. Let's leave that trend line up just so you can get an idea of how it broke that trend, or broke that support right there. We could also, let's do the wicks just to give it a little bit more breathing room, and it's still underneath it. Okay, so the next thing that I was looking at is, you guys know I like the Fibonacci retracements. We're looking at a Fibonacci retracement on this bigger scale right here, from this bottom to this top. Let's go ahead and use a Fibonacci retracement like someone suggested the other day right now, from just this little bottom to this top. And just so I can what I'm really looking for is a level to buy above this trend line right here, and the 38% level is pretty much right around there. So if we go from this bottom to this top right there, something like that, then this 38% level lines up pretty much with this bottom right here. We're very close to that target already. So I'm looking at around .16421. Maybe there, maybe even just straight up .16271, which is the actual excuse me, which is the actual line. The 50% is 0.161, but like I said, if we break this line right here, the next line that I'm looking at is probably the other Fibonacci retracement on the bigger time frame, or the bigger scale, which is the 50%. I love that 50%. I love that 50% Fibonacci retracement. It hangs out around there. So let's see how far it'll go down. If we break this trend line going to the upside, then we can start looking at going back up. But this pattern does look kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of not solid, but there's quite a bit to it. So let's go back to that. Let me actually, before I get rid of this, we'll put an orange line right here at the hopefully, let's see, we'll get orange. You glad I put a limit order for a limit order, and then we'll do it like, let's do like 4 or something, just so you can kind of see it. And then we'll also do a price label. But what I'm saying is, I think it might come down to this level. Maybe it already kind of got really close to it. If it breaks this one right here, if it breaks this bigger trend line, let's go ahead and make this one bigger as well. And if it breaks this one, then the next spot that I would be looking at is the Fibonacci retracement down here. Let's go ahead and we'll copy and paste this one. If you click on something, and then you could do shift, and then you do control and drag, then you can copy and paste both of them. We'll copy and paste both of those, the line and the price target. And I'm looking at the I'm looking at the like I said, the Fibonacci retracement level sitting right there, that bigger, it's around 156. We could probably even just do a flat 156, something like that. And yeah, okay, so let's say, okay, so we're on this trend line right now. Until we break this trend line going to the upside, the first target is 0.16425. Hopefully we can get bounce above this bigger trend right here. If we could do that, then we're still looking good as far as this head and shoulders goes, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I'm not like super expert on inverse head and shoulders, but I would like to stay above this trend line right here. So hopefully we could bounce on that. If we break this going to the downside, then I'm just going to go back to the Fibonacci retracement. The Fibonacci levels strategy. So like I said, we came up, hit the 38% level. The next thing that I'd be looking at is the 50% level down at 15601. But it looks like I'm still hoping, like I've been saying, that we can get a bounce above this trend line right here, right at that orange line, something like that, and then come back up, start heading towards this red one sitting at around 19588 approximately. Let's go ahead and actually let's move that, because I don't think that's the right place. 19486, sorry. So yeah, but I think we'd still probably have to deal with this level again, sitting at 0.17330, which is the 38% Fibonacci retracement. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Let's watch. The main thing I'm probably watching right now is this hourly time frame. We have a small little downtrend. Let's see if we can break that going to the upside. If we don't, next place I'm looking at is 0.1642. Hopefully we can stay above this trend line and bounce to the upside and continue on in this big let me delete everything. It got messy fast. In this inverse head and shoulders, drag from the bottom to the top, something like that. Hopefully we can do that. Boom, something like that. Let me know what you guys think though. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to watch the last video, check it out right here, and I'll see you in the next one.